Hi, ladies. Welcome. I'm going to be talking. My name is Jordy. Hi, and I am a spiritual life coach, business mentor, human design expert, and a Reiki level 2 practitioner. Today, I want to talk about human design, which is one of my favorite things, and I want to teach you something new. So, we're going to be talking about this particular center, the purple one in this chart, which is called the head or the crown. So, in human design, the head is divided into two. The top triangle is the place where you get divine inspiration, you get imagination and thoughts and ideas that just kind of drop in. The center right below that is called the ashna, and it's all about conceptualizing and data and logic. It's like the library of it all. So imagine the crown or the head being the place where you get inspired and the question is born. And then the ashna right below that is where you come up with the answer, right? So today we're going to be focusing on that purple center called the head. So whether yours is colored in, whatever color, doesn't matter, or white, this is what's going to tell you if your energy is consistent or if it's not. If it is consistent, it will be colored in. Considering imagination, inspiration, downloads, these things that drop in, if your head is defined, it means that you can rely on it. Things drop in and they stay. Meaning, like if I'm preparing for a presentation or I'm going to talk about something, if my head was colored in, I know exactly what I'm going to say. I don't need notes. I don't necessarily need a PowerPoint. I can just be in the flow, in the moment, and talk about the thing. Versus someone that has an open head or white, right? Basically means that things drop in and they drop out. You can't really rely on your mind. If you want to remember something, you want to write it down, right? So they operate slightly different, whether you are consistent or not. This in business applies because when we're talking business, the way to sell someone on something is to help them understand what you're selling, why do they care, and how's the process going to flow, and also how is it going to change their lives, right? So starting with the head, if it is defined, you know exactly what you need to say to people, right? What, how, and why. And you could probably write an acronym and hit the three things, right? And if it's open, you are taking people's energy in, so you know exactly how they're thinking, right? Anywhere that you're white or open, you're taking the people of the energy of the people around you, you're sampling it, you feel it times 10, and then you reflect it back to them. So with that, you're around people and you understand what do they need to hear? What pieces of the information that you have actually matter to them? What parts of what you're saying are like, this will really resonate for them? Then you go into the why. How can I make them understand why they need it, why they care? Then you move into the how of, how can I show them what they need to see? So when it's defined, we tend to be set in our own ways. So I want to help you expand in different ways of working with your energy. And if you're open, you can't really rely on it, but you can sample the energy of the person that you're talking to, and you're able to give them what they need. So you're able to expand them mentally, right? Now, what I want to talk about today are the actual gates. So a gate, just like the picture shows here on the right, is a little number with a circle and a line. The color of the line could be any color, but if there's a circle with a line that's moving down from the head, down into that second triangle, the ashna, then you have definition. Why this matters is because whether your head is defined or not defined, if you have a gate, you have consistency in this particular area of the center. So to give you an example, let's talk about gate number 64. That's the one right there on the left. And basically, this is called the channel of abstraction, if you have the whole channel. But the gate itself is called the gate of confusion. So if you have the channel, it just means that it connects from top to bottom and you have energy that balances each other. But if you just have gate 64, it is called the gate of confusion. This is the piece of your brain where you get information or inspiration or ideas through disconnected images. You just kind of get glimpses of like colors and ideas and memories, and you spend most of your life just kind of confused, just like stuck in the what if. What if we did this? What if we did that? And it's all about like infinite possibilities and potentials, and the only limit is your imagination. However, if you have this gate, you're able to help someone process their confusion and help them connect the images and make sense of the what. So this is somebody who's really gifted at creating confusion when it's necessary. The problem is that we tend to live in a haze of, I'm not really sure what to do with this information. What am I going to gain out of it? So you live in the what. This is a gift. Talk about the what. Really hone in. What is it about this thing that people need to hear? What is possible for them? What if my client does this? Then what? And it gets you prepared. If you have access to this gate, absolutely use it, right? The second gate in the center is called gate number, well, it's gate 61. It's called the gate of mystery, right? If you have the whole channel, you basically have two gates that connect. That gate 61 is called the gate of mystery for a reason. This is somebody with a really curious mind. You're just constantly looking for understanding of like why, right? So imagine like the deep, dark things that nobody wants to look at. You are the person that's like that why. So like the mystery, the principles under, universal law, the unknown, why it's hidden. You just really want to understand the mystery of life. So having a curious mind, asking the right questions, leading people to the why, to the meat and potatoes, bringing them down, this is a gift that you have. You help people find their inner truth, right? But when it comes to sales, it's about hitting on the why. Because when you talk about why, people really, really get it, right? And that's when it's like, wow, why not? Why not now? Why not me? This is exactly what I need. Why? Why is this answering the question, right? So it's about leading with what you have. Any place that you have colored in or that you have a gate, these are your strengths. You want to play your strengths, right? It's like having the playbook or the rule book and knowing how to target people, right? Now, the third gate in the head is called the gate of doubt. You have the whole channel is called the channel of logic. But basically, the gate of doubt is the part of the brain that's very logical. It's very much about how do things work, right? It's about creating doubt and uncertainty. And this person, whoever has this gate, has a lot of pressure to come up with answers, like to really just come up with answers for people. The problem with this gate is that the doubt is meant to help other people dig deeper, right? But we tend to turn the doubt inwards and attack ourselves. And this is the kind of person that starts doubting themselves instead of helping other people question, is this true? Because the whole point of asking how and using logic is to make sense of patterns, making sure that things work, making sure that they make sense. So this is somebody who's really skeptical. The gift here is that you can create doubt for somebody to make them decide, yes, I want that thing. Like, oh man, I can't afford it. And you could question that and be like, okay, so have you thought of possibilities of how you could? I mean, have you considered how it would be possible for you to do it? And it would make someone open up and be like, wow, she's right. I actually really need this. Now, the reason I wanted to touch on these gates is because when it comes to sales, guys, it doesn't matter what you have. I mean, if it's defined or undefined, it determines how you show up, the way that you explain it, where your strengths are, right? But the point is, play with all of them. Every time you're talking sales, every time you're talking to a potential client, tell them what. Tell them what is this program? What does it look like? What do you need to know about it in order to make an informed decision? Because as humans, we feel like knowledge is safety, right? If we understand something at a core level, it's like, man, this makes sense to me. Tell them why. Why do you care? Why do you need to have this thing? Why me? Why not another coach? Why not another person that does the service, right? And deeper than that, walk them through the how. Walk them through the steps. Like if we work together, this is how it would look, right? The onboarding, this is how that would be. The process of coaching, example, right, would be like it's a partnership. Let me show you how this works and then walk them through the steps, right? So the whole concept of talking about the head in human design when it comes to sales is understanding the basic awareness of humans, meaning the how, the why, and the what, allows you to be able to reach them at a deeper level and clear away any questions or doubts that they might have up front. Because if a client is confused, they don't understand. If they're still wondering why and digging underneath, you have not covered enough ground. And if they're doubting it and they don't understand what it is, then the sale is already lost. So I hope this serves you. I'm obviously going to be at the event tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing a booth in about 2 weeks. So I'll be doing a Facebook Live next week, and we'll be going deeper into all of this goodness. for now, just drop some questions below. I'm more than happy to answer them and connect with you. I'm also going to be putting this on YouTube, so if you want to go ahead and leave some comments there, whatever works for you works for me. But I'm so excited to share human design with you because genuinely it changed my business, it changed my life, and I know it can do the same for you. If you just apply one thing, these principles can literally make a difference in your business because you're playing to your strengths. And that's what we want, right? So I love you, ladies, and hopefully I will see some of you tomorrow.